Hello, everyone. Who's up? Where my night owls at? Where my nocturnal folk at? I woke up with a little grumbly tummy. And I'm going to show you a real quick, fast, easy, yet yummy recipe. And it's actually one that I have been craving. For some odd reason, I've been craving my elementary school breakfasts and lunch. Don't ask me why, but I have. If you notice on some of my reels, they've been geared towards just that. So I'm just over here washing my griddle off, making sure that I have no more bubbles on there. It's just a great tip. If you have bubbles on your bakeware, that's an indication that there is still soap. So I'm going to turn that totally over to cold and just allow it to just go ahead on and rinse while I clean up this mess that I made on the floor. So let me just grab a towel. I'm going to just go ahead and grab a paper towel because I can throw it away. And I just simply wet my mat, trying to hold that nozzle up. And I don't want to get my trunk wet. I do not want to get my trunk wet. But those bubbles are disappearing on that griddle. There are no more bubbles on that griddle. I have to be real careful on what side I'm washing with. If I can bring y'all over here just a little bit more with me. Have to be careful on how I'm washing my hands. Because as you can see, if you can see, I have some potatoes. I have some peeled potatoes that are peeled, washed, and soaking overnight. What occurs when we soak our potatoes overnight? Anyone who can tell me that, then I know you've been paying attention. Let me grab another dry towel. I am currently doing towels, washing towels. There's just never enough towels. Okay, so we have those potatoes soaking in cold water, and we're going to go ahead on and get into this really quick night snack. Okay, so I'm gonna bring you guys back over here to the stove. Okay. So let me go ahead on. I'm waiting on that oven to tell me that it's preheated. While I'm waiting, I'm gonna go ahead on and get this griddle warming. Just put her on the low. Move that handle to the side, allow that to dry. I have here my country white bread. I have here my American sliced cheese. I have here my butter. I know y'all can't see me. Showing over here with me. Okay, so I have here my country white bread. I have here my American sliced cheese. And I have here my butter. I have here my sharp cheddar cheese. Okay? So, follow along. I've been trying to allow this oven to preheat. We're going in with our bacon. I have here some hickory thick sliced bacon. And I always like to show what I'm using for the ones that maybe just do not know because they've never shopped for that. So I just have here my hickory thick bacon. Okay, whichever one is on sale, but you want to get the thick cut. Because if you get the thin cut, by the time it cooks, it's mostly just grease. So at least with the thick cut, you get the bite of the bacon. Okay, I absolutely love that Applewood bacon, but guess what? The budget didn't. The budget didn't say Applewood, but I'm thankful and grateful because I have bacon. It's going in the oven on a 350-degree temperature. I'm gonna go ahead on and get this fire on. Let me go ahead on and get my spatula. Have that spatula on hand and ready, and I am going to go ahead with my sharp cheddar cheese, and I'm only going in with as much of American cheese that I have. So since I have here 4 slices of American cheese, that's about as much as I went in with sharp cheddar. So it's an equal amount per sandwich. Okay? Let me go ahead on and get this bread ready. And we're using country bread. You can use whatever choice of bread you choose. Okay, so I'm gonna make 3 grilled cheese, and I will be using American cheese, and I will be using sharp cheddar cheese. And I have my griddle here getting hot. At this time, I'm going to go ahead on and I am going to grab a knife, and I am going to go ahead and I'm going to butter my bread. Works best if you have some already softened butter, which I keep in my butter container. So while that griddle is warming up, we're going to go ahead and we're going to butter our bread. I'm going to bring that fire on up just a tad bit. We're getting close to layering our bread onto that grill. And I'm always generous with my butter. Butter makes everything better to me. And hey, we're doing grilled cheese. And the excess, I'm just going to take, and I'm just going to go ahead on and put it on my griddle. Okay? Along with putting that on my griddle, I'm going to take some as well and just put it in the middle of that griddle. Okay? And we're just going to simply spread the love around. Making sure that there's no dryness anywhere on that pan that bread is going to lie. Okay. So since we're cleaning as we go, we're just going to go around the perimeter of my butter dish. I don't like to waste food, and I find they use for everything. Since there's only one stick left of that, while I'm waiting on my griddle to get hot, let's go ahead on and use that time wisely, and let's refill this butter dish. If you refill as you go, then you won't be stuck in a situation where you want to grab some soft butter real fast and, okay? Let's use our time wisely. We're allowing that griddle to get hot. That bacon is in the oven. I can smell the hickory of it. Smells really nice. So let's go ahead and get this water hot. And let's go ahead and start this dishwater. Won't be much because I'm not using much. However, we clean as we go over here. When you get in the habit of it, you're in the habit of it. And you're going to know when your griddle is hot because you are going to begin to see bubbles in your butter. Okay, so we're now on that grill. I'm allowing this water to get hot so I can go ahead on and start my dishwater. We're allowing that griddle to get hot, and I am running my dishwater. We clean as we go. It's a win-win. I'm never in a rush when I'm cooking because it's an enjoyment to me, and that's what I enjoy doing. So why am I in a rush? Okay, and prepping makes a big difference. Okay, so we have that dishwater. It's ready to go when we need it. Let's scoot on over here and let's make these grilled cheese sandwiches. I'm gonna wash my hands. That griddle is hot. My bread is buttered. And that bacon is in the oven. Okay? So at this point, you want to turn your griddle sideways. Okay? That way you're able to fit your bread on there comfortably. Okay? You want to have it at a straight angle. Okay? However we can get it to fit where it's flat, that's how we're going to work it. Okay? This one needs to be on the opposite side. Okay? We're going to take our sliced American cheese. I'm going to place that in the center. You want each slice to be even. Looks like I'm going to need a couple more. Let's see if I have a couple more. Let's see. I have a couple more. Not room temperature, it's okay. That heat will still allow it to melt. That one is sideways, we're just gonna simply put that there sideways. Covering each corner of the bread. We're now going to go in with our sharp cheddar cheese. And you put it in the middle so that way as it cooks and melts, it spreads evenly over on the bread, okay? So you're just gonna put that sharp cheddar cheese there in the middle, okay? You are now going to take just a little bit of parsley, and we're going to place that parsley right also in the middle. Some fresh ground parsley. You're going to take that parsley and you're going to put it right in the middle on top of that cheese. Not a whole bunch, but just a little on top of that cheese. Okay? You want enough to be able to see it when that cheese melts. Okay? You want to focus on keeping that in the middle. Okay? So as it melts, it has a, somewhere to spread to other than all over the pan. You know that fresh ground garlic tastes it's a must-have on cheese. It gives it that wonderful flavor. So I'm going in with some fresh ground garlic, and I'm just going to take that garlic and I'm going to sprinkle right in the middle. If you see that cheese has spread it out, just get it back in a cone. Get it back in a cone, and you want to make sure that we put that garlic powder right on top of that fresh garlic, parsley, and that fresh butter and cheese, okay? At this point, we're going to take our second bread and we're just, I'm going to top it. Okay? And we're just going to allow that on a low to grill, melt down, and cook. We want to have it on a low for two reasons. We know that butter burns quickly versus that parquet. So we don't want that butter to burn before all of our gooiness melts in and blends in together. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead on and do a clean up. We have our bacon in that oven. That is some thick sliced hickory bacon. I've refilled my butter container. When you get down low on butter in your dish so that you'll always have soft butter, just refill your dish. Okay, set it on the table. You'll always have soft room temperature butter at hand. Okay. I turn my griddle often so that the heat is distributed between and it's nothing really for you to do but just to let that sit there and do what it's gonna do. Keeping that handle to the side. Let me have a look at this bacon. Based on how that bacon is cooking, I'm gonna turn the fire up a little bit on this. I'm gonna bring it on up to a 2. Between a 2 and a 3. Hope everyone's week has went well. We done pulled it off. We passed hump day and we are already at Friday. Let's make our weekend count. Get some family time in. Most of all, get some rest time in. And kick back and watch your girl Cooking with Steph as I bring different quick recipes to your table daily. I would want to hang over. I don't normally take and mash mines down. Why? Because it takes the butter away from the bread when you're there mashing it down versus it just cooking into the bread and not having to add anything else to it. Give it a good shake every now and then. Make sure nothing is sticking. so sensitive. Just kills me. So sensitive. Okay, let's have a look at this bacon. She's really close to being done. And we're just gonna allow that side there to sit and get nice, crispy, ooey and gooey in the middle. And that fire is on a low. And that, my darling, is an American cheddar cheese sandwich. So we're gonna allow her to get that same golden, oh, that cheese is just going everywhere. That garlic powder, that parsley is evenly melted into that cheese. We're getting ready to bring that bacon out shortly. Give it a great, real quick shake to make sure nothing is sticking. Giving them their own space to grow. Keep that in there. Want to make sure keep that griddle on the stove evenly. And those cheese toasts are ready. That is a Italian cheese toast. Let's have a look at that bottom. That bottom is toasted nice and well. That's what I was going for. That cheese is ooey and gooey. That's what I was going for. Each side is toasted. We're gonna let this one toast a little more. This one, I knew I could smell when it's ready. Have a look on the other side. That's what I like, that crunch. So we're going to allow her just to go ahead on and get that golden on that side. And we're going to move each piece to the side so that they both have their space. They all have their space. Let's have a look at this bacon. A few minutes more on that bacon. Yeah, Miss Cindy's here, so let's go ahead and remove this grilled cheese. If she's not golden as I want, she can scream all she wants. I need a little more crisp on that bread. Let me put my air on. Bacon is less than 2 minutes out. I'm going to turn that down on a low. Let me go ahead on and prepare to bring that bacon out. Move that cheese over there. I believe she's ready to go. Let's have a look. I'm gonna bring her from one side to the next. She's a little light skinned, but I'll take that. I soak and rinse my skillets while they're hot, and they clean easily and quickly. Don't go and take your pans and just throw them in the oven. Throw them in the sink and have a hard time cleaning them later. Soak them. All right. We have our Italian cheese toast. I'm getting ready to come on out with that bacon. I don't know who else saves their bacon grease, but I take a little small Tupperware and I put my bacon grease in there. And if I'm cooking greens or beans or something and I want to use that bacon grease to give it that bacon flavor, let's go ahead and turn this oven off. What I mean by the bacon grease is this right here. Let's be real careful. We pour our bacon grease in there and we sit it to the side and we allow it to cool. And that's how we save our bacon grease. Okay? Now that's how I do mine. So we have our hickory smoked bacon. She's fresh out of the oven. What I'm going to do with this bacon, I am going to just take and simply put a slice while it's hot onto that bread. We want to lay it flat. We want to just take our fork. Are y'all with me on this? We're just going to take our fork and we're going to just lightly lay it across our grilled cheese. And there you have it, my darling. You have an Italian, American cheddar, garlic, parsley, cheese sandwich with a side of bacon. Now you can take that and you can cut that in half, or you can serve it just as such. Let's just take one and cut it in half. Since this one here is at a diagonal already, however, I don't want all those breadcrumbs to go into my stove. So we're going to move her over here on the cutting board. And we're just going to go ahead and bring it in, straighten it up. And we'll just cut that cheese, toast in half. Okay. smooth that back so that cheese don't drip all into the stove. And there you have it. Thanks for joining your girl Cooking with Steph. I have made this video for you to show you how to make another quick yet so yummy to your tummy meal. You have your Italian bread, you have your cheese. I have American cheese, I have sharp cheddar cheese, I have fresh parsley, I have granulated garlic that has absorbed and melted into the cheese. I have here some hickory smoked oven made bacon. And baby, presentation is everything. Swipe her up. Oh, smells amazing. And there you have it. Let's dine. I am dying to take a bite. I'm dying to take a bite. Let's have a taste. Mmm. 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 Thanks for joining your girl Cooking with Steph. Have a bite.